I'm Ruli, and this is the 13th video of the Recalcitrant Warden storyline. And we finally got out of the Mage Tower, so we're back to full story recaps. This is Dirk. Dirk is a Grey Warden, and that's kind of a dangerous thing to be right now, since this guy, Loghain, has declared Grey Wardens traitors. But he's the actual traitor, and Dirk is working on building Grey Warden support, which they really need, because apart from Loghain, there's a blight coming, which is basically a zombie apocalypse run by a dragon. And Dirk needs all the help he can get to defeat it. To that end, he has helped the mages and Templars deal with a mini blight of their own, and he now has their support. Now he just needs everyone else in the country. Let's go.
The blight. How will you end it?
We have to fight the Archdemon.
Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
And what does this have to do with anything?
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
Sten, I'm not here to impress you.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
Ooh, Dirk! Sten approves, +6!
Maybe he just appreciates a firm hand.
Nice.
So, slap him next time you talk to him.
I do not think I will take that piece of advice. Alright. But, no, I've tried being firm with him before and I got no response. The last time I got anything positive out of him was when I gave him a lousy water-stained portrait as a joke. I was starting to think he wanted me kinder. What does he want? I thought you weren't trying to impress him. I'm not! Then why not just be yourself? I am being myself. Myself tries to figure people out. It's who I am. Okay. Well, maybe try a picture that isn't all water-stained next time? For all I can read Sten, the water stains were the chief appeal. Alright, here goes. You know what? I'm just going to plunge ahead.
Yes.
Sten! What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Oh, very funny.
Thank you.
Fine, let's drop this for now.
Parshera, was there anything else?
No, let's go.
As you wish.
Dirk! He approved of that. What? Are you kidding me? Are you sure your Lycometer thing isn't broken or something? You liked it. Well, I'm glad I have you to tell me, because otherwise I would have no idea at all. Hello, Alistair.
What do you need?
Look, Alistair, do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I think he was something like a father to you, wasn't he?
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
What about the other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for when they fall in battle. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
I've lost enough to know what you're going through.
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Anytime, Alistair. Let's see. Leliana, I saw this chantry amulet in the mage tower and made me think of you.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
You're welcome. How are you doing, Leliana?
Yes?
Just thought I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life like in the chantry cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending? How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
And what did you say to them?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the chantry says, and the chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Oh?
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
You are a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Know any stories from Orlais?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
All right, go ahead.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods.
What?
Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
All right, and then what?
Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
And did she win the tourney?
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so.
That's probably
Silence
what I
fell
would have
upon
done.
the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
Right, I wouldn't have done that. I was hoping for a happy ending there.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Avelin's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Olay so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Avelin and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Avelin the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Well, thank you. Let's move on. So, Dirk, what? So you like figuring people out? Yes, so? I was kind of curious how you've got me figured. You're fine. Because, I kind of felt like you were not too happy with me about the whole lying about not being able to go back in time and change things thing. Oh, that... No, I do believe you're doing your best. I just... I don't like being told I can't do things. Especially when... Look, I had thought that saving Niall was a given. Kill the demon, we all wake up, tell him a big "I told you so," and send him down to wait with the children because he's too cowardly to fight. It was all so clear in my mind, and then he just died. Yeah. And it was very annoying. Yeah, but, you know, on the other hand, it absolutely wasn't your fault. Like I said, it was a fixed point in time. Yes. You know, I haven't figured out yet if that's comforting or the opposite. I'm not exactly happy with unchangeable fate. Oh, well, you know, actually, there are plenty of things you can change, and Dirk, so far, I think you're making really good choices. Oh, thank you. We'll just check in with Wynne now.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
You all right?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person.
Ha, very funny. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Well, don't say these things, we still need you.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise. Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, no. I think those are the first I've seen.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But it's that knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
Well, if one retains one's humanity, then one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
You're welcome.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
Well, Duncan took me from the alienage. Well, he saved me from prison, actually.
Ah, I see. Do you mind if I ask what you did?
Well, a nobleman kidnapped my bride, and I killed many to free her.
I'm speechless. It never ceases to amaze me whenever I hear of such despicable acts.
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to be married anyway.
Regardless of what happened in your past, I am glad you found a place with the Wardens, as I'm sure you are too.
You know, sometimes I do feel like I sort of abandoned everyone in the alienage.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Oh, thank you, Wynne. Rathbone. Hello, Rathbone. Guess what? Come here, buddy. Guess what? I've got something for you. This time it actually is a treat. Here you go. There's a good boy. Who is such a good boy? You are. You are.
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
Well... Good. He will fill our enemies with his stench.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
Alright, go ahead. He is getting a little rank. Sorry, boy.
Excellent. I will get my soaps, and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
Oh, come on, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, boy. How you doing?
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Have you made a friend there, Rathbone? Oh, who could not be friends with you, you good boy. You good boy. No, I think I might have found some more war paint for you too. We'll take a look at that. Take a look later. Ah, nice. Probably put that on later. In fact, why not now? There you go. Let's see it. Oh, what? Did I do something wrong? It's just not very visible, is it? Well, I tell you what, it'll be good for you. Oh, look at that noble pose. You look so noble. Who's a good boy? Who's such a good boy? Right. Well. Dirk? Yes. Are you serious about marrying Morrigan, or was that just part of the pep talk? Pep talk? No, I meant it. That's, it's gonna be quite the conversation when you introduce her to your father. Look, he had the chance to pick my wife once. Now it's my turn. Yeah, well, to be fair, it wasn't his fault what happened, or Nessiara's fault. Did I say it was? No, you didn't. Still, I mean, you can't deny if it had been Morrigan that day. Yeah. Look, there are plenty of elf girls in the world. There are plenty of nice girls and plenty of pretty girls. There could only ever be one Morrigan. True. Oh. Arguably, there could only ever be one Nessiara. Maybe so, but then... she'd better find a man who sees that, because I don't. Better stick with Morrigan, then. So glad to have your blessing. You are welcome. So you're gonna give her the grimoire? No, look, if I give her the grimoire now, she'll want to read it. No, better talk to her first. Hello, Morrigan.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Did you grow up in the Kokori Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me any time.
Beg pardon, then, while I jump for joy. What is it you asked, if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Touching? Like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm glad it worked out this way, at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Morrigan. I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Tell me, I know I asked before, but really, are you really Flemeth's daughter?
I assume you were actually asking whether Flemeth herself gave birth to me. Truly, I do not know. I once asked Flemeth that very question, and she merely laughed at me. 'Tis not inconceivable that she could capture a chastened man, or perhaps change to a more attractive form to attract him willingly. I find it more difficult to imagine her with child.
Could she have stolen you as a child?
It seems likely, does it not? In an animal form, a babe could easily be spirited away and raised as Flemeth's own. I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another, and Flemeth has always treated me as her blood.
Does that mean you love her?
What an odd thing to say. Why must love enter into the equation? Flemeth taught me everything I needed to learn. How to survive, the meaning of power, the truth of men. If other mothers do not teach these things, then I believe them the lesser.
Well, speaking as someone whose mother taught him to fight with knives as a child, then yes, I suppose that's true.
You suppose it's true? 'Tis true. Take yourself. You do not honestly desire such things from me, do you? 'Tis better to be free of such cloying and cluttering delusions as love.
You're right, yes, love. So unnecessary.
There. I am glad you agree. I tire of this discussion. Let us move on, shall we?
Oh, by the way, Morrigan, don't know if you remember, but you mentioned something about grimoire? Wouldn't possibly be this one, would it?
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire?
Found it.
When I spoke of it to you, I did not truly hope... This is a most fortuitous event. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
What, don't I even get a kiss?
I suppose something is deserved for all your efforts, is it not? I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
You enjoy your book, Morrigan. You enjoy that. You know what we're going to do? Who even is that? Hello?
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden,
Oh.
as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Oh. And they'll work together?
The sincerity of your cause has drawn them together under a common banner. It would not have happened otherwise.
Oh, nice to know. What are these? A communal box for the resources you've collected for your troops. Alright, let's turn in runes for the circle. Let's see if we want to use some first. Yes. So Dirk, you think love is unnecessary, huh? Really. If you think I was about to disagree with a single word Morrigan said in that moment, you are mistaken. Oh, it's so nice when a man is genuine. Oh, shut it, it's not... Well, of course Morrigan doesn't like the idea of love. When has it ever been safe for her to love anyone? I've got Flemeth to thank for that. That's true enough. I mean, you saw when they parted. Morrigan does care about Flemeth in spite of herself, and Flemeth used that feeling to throw her off balance and make her feel small. And I hated that, but there it is. How are you going to get past it? Well, to begin with, keep her away from Flemeth. Okay, fair enough. And then... I need to show her another way. Help her to see that other people don't live like that. That some men are faithful and that she can trust me. Okay, And if the word love scares her, then we don't need to use it. I'm not sure what she thinks it means anyway, but I can be loyal. I can offer help when she needs it. Try to make her happy, watch her back. I can do all that without using the L word. Okay, just saying. Marriage is going to be a hard sell. What's she doing? Morrigan, I got you this gold ring.
Interesting.
Okay, that doesn't count when she doesn't know what it means. Trust me, we'll get there. Okay. All right. Hello, Bodan.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Have you heard any rumours?
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering. I don't think everyone even had fled by the time they came, either. Word has it they swarmed the entire area, making off with prisoners and burning down the buildings, and then they were gone. Just as quick. I wonder if there's anyone left. I heard some chanters were going to head down south, maybe to try to find some survivors. I'm not holding out hope myself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Thank you. Well, let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Look at that. Oh, and the backpack is... Oh, why do backpacks cost so much? Alright. But...
Enchantment?
Yes, I do want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Oh, thank you. Alright. Let's do the Beastman's dagger. Oh, I like it. Well, so Dirk, do you want to sell your runes or donate them? Would I have enough for a backpack? Don't know that you would. Let's check.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
Well, let me take a look.
I'm
Earrings,
sure you'll
you
be
say?
pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
All right. No, nowhere near enough for a backpack. That is definitely the next thing I want. What? I'm going to donate them. Since I don't have enough anyway, where did that tranquil go? Hello. You know what? I am hoping and assuming I will be able to find more of these later. By the time anyone's strong enough to actually wield that awesome sword I have. Right.
You are wise to invest in the effectiveness of your followers.
I try. Thank you. Ah, right. Now, if I can just remember what's the way out of this joint. See, it's past Sten, right? Oh, there's the road. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, Dirk, so where to? Well, I've been thinking. You know, we have wanted to go to Redcliffe, and the trouble was we heard the Isle was sick, but now we've got a healer with us, who is frankly amazing, so why not try Redcliffe? Alright, let's go to Redcliffe. Oh,
So, Dirk.
hang on, looks like I might be fighting.
Oh, okay. I'll let you fight.
Yeah, this is... Oh, we're with Logain. Hang on. Oh, someone's telling Logain to step down.
Yeah, it's Arl Howe.
Oh. Do we not like Arl Howe?
No.
Okay. Oh, he told that you were alive. Oh, he's arranged for a solution. Okay, Dirk, FYI. Okay, the solution appears to be, Dirk, take a description. An assassin, he is an elf with blonde hair, shoulder length, tattoo left side of the face. Strong
And a really
Asian
nice accent.
And definitely a skirt. That is a skirt. Well, he might be wearing different clothes when you see him. Look out for those other things. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Where am I?
I mean, truthfully, you should be afraid of any man who's not insecure enough to wear a skirt.
I have worn a skirt myself per force.
See? Definitely don't ask him about it, and definitely don't call it a skirt.
Thank you, thank you. I think I can handle it. Oh, hello, we've got some upgrades available. Starting with... Forget how to do this. Morrigan can level up. Excellent. Wait. Well, let's give her some magic and some willpower. Could she be a mage? Okay. And I'm gonna start her on a healing path. Alright, who else can level up? Rathbone, look who's a good boy who can level up! Who's such a good boy? Okay, he can, gonna give him some strength. Some strength and some dexterity, I think. Yes. Oh, that's it? Okay. Alrighty. So, why don't you, see what's over there? Death Root. Always welcome. Hello? Definitely has a skirt on, but that does appear to be female. Yeah, that one's definitely female. Right? Hello, sir. Are you any relative of Alistair's, by the way? Oh, never mind. Where are you going?
We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
Well, what's that message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Ah, I see. I'm going to have to ask you not to do that.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
Yes. Well, you know what? Actually, we're heading that way. Why not let us deliver your message?
I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there.
Really,
Stay
there's
safe.
Darkspawn out there. There is Darkspawn out there. You too, stay safe. Right. You two, you're heading off too? Have a nice day. That went surprisingly well. What have we over here? A fruit. Alright, I think that might be it. Already got that. Rathbone? Who's a good boy? See anything interesting? Oh, that's all right. You are... You are still a good boy. I still love you. You know what? Time for belly squidges.
I've been meaning to ask. Ruli was, well, frankly, she was basically unable to speak earlier, and the only word I could get out of her was probe. Does that ring a bell, Dirk?
No, that means nothing to me. Moving on. I told you he'd deny it.
You're a terrible liar, Dirk, which, honestly, I consider not to be a bad quality.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
What's on your mind?
Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Al Eamon exactly?
Oh. I think you said he raised you?
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Al Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry.
Do I need to know
The reason he did that was because... well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
And you don't think you might have told me this before?
How? When would I say that? Oh, by the way, King Marek had sex with a servant and she produced a bastard son. That's me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Look, does Loghain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Did she know the truth about you?
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so Furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall, and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Look, and you think this owl will still help us?
I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Loghain has come to the same conclusion as we have. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
What does that make me?
The reason I think we have a chance of setting things right.
Really? Huh. Well, good to know. Good to know. New place. Hey. Right, Rathbone.
You and Alistair actually have a lot in common, Dirk. You know? Like your whole life is just sort of controlled, and planned out for you. Other people decided where you would go, how your life would go. You know.
Suppose, maybe. Oh, Rathbone, you see anything interesting? And what is this? Oh, what did he bring? Oh, I missed it. Does I have to check? Oh, I recognize all those. Nothing new there. What did you bring, Rathbone? Oh well. Alright, well, whatever it was, I'm sure it was a very good thing, and you are a very good dog. Good boy. Yes, you. Alright. Appears to be some thing over this way. I'm not interested in that. Right, we're ready to go, team. Let's go. Going to assume I don't need to be in stealth yet.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
What do you mean? Is there a problem?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
Well, I've heard that Al-Emid is sick, if that's what you mean.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days.
What?
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, our Lehman's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Oh, Dirk, Ben Tegan, that was the one who stood up to Loghain that one time I told you about. Oh. Oh, good. Good.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe Loghain's lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Hey. What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for
those.
human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers.
Eesh.
With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Yes, we will help.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
It's part of the
Thank
big
you.
plan,
Thank you. This
Morrigan.
means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Well, I want to discuss the situation with you first.
Of course.
Don't you think the timing of this is very convenient?
Are you suggesting what's happened here is related to Cailan's death and the Civil War, even Eamon's illness?
Well, isn't Arl Eamon an heir to the throne?
Our sister was Cailan's mother. I suppose we've royal blood, but it's a shaky claim to the throne, though still better than Loghain's. And it does mean Eamon could intervene in Loghain's bid for the throne, but let's not leap to conclusions. I would not like to think that anyone would wish this on my brother. He is a good man and much loved by the people of Redcliffe. And I can't imagine how terrible it must be for our lesser Isolde, and especially Connor. I would not want him to lose his father at such a young age.
All right, well, you do have some of Arl Eamon's knights here, correct?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Their search for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
So tell me, why are you in the chantry with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Should things go amiss?
Should the monsters find their way in. I would prefer not to fight in the chantry, but if they come, then so must it be. We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
And what happens after this battle is over?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Well, I should get back to work.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Dirk, FYI, Morrigan did not like that. Yes, I heard, thank you.
What do you need? There is not much daylight left.
Tell me more about yourself.
This is hardly the time to be discussing personal details, don't you think? We will have to fight for our lives very shortly.
And thus, I'd like to know something about you, if I'm about to be fighting side by side with you for my life.
I suppose that's not too much to ask. I did not mean to be brusque.
Are you a skilled warrior?
Skilled enough to know there are many far better than myself.
And what will you do if Arl Eamon is dead?
I don't know. If Connor lives, he'll be the Arl, and I'll need to help him with it. If he's... well, I don't want to think about that.
Well, perhaps we should get back to the matter at hand.
Good, then my secrets are still safe. I was worried for a moment there.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
So when you say she didn't like it, 5 points worth of not liking it. Oh, thank you.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling.
There would be children, wouldn't there?
Everything will be all right.
I want
Yes,
to
of
go
course there would.
home. Where's Father? Why can't we go home?
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here and be brave. Can you do that?
Hello.
Good day.
I guess so.
She might have something to say. Hello. Wait. Something familiar about this one.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Yetta?
I am. You've heard of me?
Yes. I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh, no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot, too. Maker's blessings upon you.
You as well. It's done anyway. Hello?
Sorry. Am I bothering you?
No.
I'll try to be more quiet.
Are you alright? Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why would he run off, do you know?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Morrigan.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried looking for your brother?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him. I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Right,
Silence, girl.
No,
Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice. We must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
I just hope everything will be all right. So many have already died.
All right, let's do something. Out we go. Off we go into the world blue yonder. What?
Poor man, you're confusing him.